Mason Hanger is the oldest operating architecture and engineering firm in the United States today. In 2027, we'll be celebrating 200 years.
Mason & Hanger's mission is building a more secure world. So what that means is that we design the facilities that keep our soldiers and our diplomats and our U.S. government employees safe, both domestic and abroad, so that they can deliver on their mission.
There's a lot of satisfaction in designing for a purpose that's bigger than the building itself.
We have a long, rich history of working for the military and for agencies of the government like the Department of State. We really do support the mission of the U.S. government and what they need to do. It's very interesting work, it's complex work. We have this culture of curiosity and patriotism that you really need to be able to deliver on that sort of work.
We operate in a lot of different environments. Conflict zones, post-conflict zones, austere locations, deserts, high altitude, above the Arctic Circle. We work in those environments and create facilities that are going to function and perform in those environments.
When I go visit a site, I get excited because it's really neat to see something go from paper to actually visualize and see where you're developing. There's things you pick up out in the field that you wouldn't just see in a survey.
I've got to travel around the world and work on some really interesting projects with some really cool requirements. By nature, I think that's what we do as architects and engineers. We really want to solve problems.
When I first started working at Mason & Hanger, I met a lot of people who had worked there 10, 20, even 30 years. And it didn't take long to figure out what made them dedicate most of their careers to one firm. And the answer was pretty simple. It was the clients and the culture.
We're a full discipline architecture and engineering firm. So instead of just doing the architecture or just doing the engineering, we have the capabilities of doing it all. And that makes for a better design. We're all on the same page here.
Mason Hanger has a history of serving the country in a variety of different ways. I can think of some key infrastructure projects that occurred within the last couple hundred years, like the Grand Coulee Dam, the Panama Canal. Some of the large tunnels in New York City are as a result of Mason Hanger's efforts.
Odds are if you were to go to a U.S. embassy and pull out some drawings, you're going to see something that has our name on it. And that's something to really be proud of.
So over the last 30 or 40 years, if you look at what we've experienced as a country and some of the most important conflicts or missions that our U.S. government has had to fulfill, I think you'd see that Mason Hanger's had a part of that in an effort to fulfill our mission and theirs, and our mission is to build a more secure world.